Yarny.
Hello, welcome to another Yarny video. The focus of today's tutorial is to show you how to do the Alpine Stitch. This is how the Alpine Stitch looks like. If you ask me, this is really a beautiful stitch that can be used for blankets, for example, but I think it would make a really beautiful scarf. Now to show you how to do the Alpine Stitch, I'll be using a medium number 4 acrylic yarn. For you, feel free to use any type of yarn as you like. I'll be using this 4.5mm crochet hook. Now to do the Alpine Stitch, the stitches used are actually very simple. We will need the slip knot and chain, and then the single crochet and the double crochet. Now if you're unfamiliar with any of these stitches, feel free to look on our channel. We have slow and detailed tutorials on all of these stitches. I'll also be linking these videos down below. Now let's start. So I'll be taking my yarn, and our row number 1 is essentially to do a slip knot and chain. So to do this slip knot, we will take the tail end of our yarn, wrap it around our index finger, bringing it on top of the working yarn. So the working yarn here is the side of the yarn that's attached to your ball of yarn. Now wrap your working yarn around the index as well. So now you have 2 loops on your finger. Now take the back loop and bring it forward like this, and this is your slip knot. Now take your hook, you insert your hook on the slip knot, you can tighten your slip knot, and now we basically do our chains. Now the chains, what you want to do is a multiple of 2 and then add 1 chain. What this means is if I do 2 times 5, that will be 10 chains in total. This is my multiple of 2, and then I'll add 1, meaning I'll have to do a total of 11 chains. Now if you're working on a scarf, for example, you will essentially do as many chains as you need to reach the desired width of the scarf. But simply make sure that the total number of your chains can be divided by 2 and then add 1 chain. So for this example that I will be showing you, I'll do 11 chains in total. So 1 chain, and then 2 chain, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. So after that I have all my chains, this is our row number 1, what we call our foundation row. Now the second row is very simple. What we want to do is essentially do single crochet on the entire second row from the second chain from the hook. Now remember that the loop on the hook doesn't count as a chain. So the second chain from the hook is essentially, this is our first chain here from the hook, and then this is our second chain from the hook. So from the second chain from the hook, we will do our first single crochet. So to do the single crochet, we insert our hook inside the chain here, the second chain from the hook, and then grab onto your yarn to pull it back through the chain. You have 2 loops on your hook, wrap the yarn around your hook to pull it through the 2 loops. So I'll simply go ahead and do single crochet for the remainder of this second row here. So after I have completed my second row of single crochet on the entire row, what we're going to do is turn the project over like this, because we always want to work from the right side towards the left. Now, usually when we turn our project around and we're adding stitches on our third row, we would be doing turning chains. So our third row, we're going to start doing double crochet. And generally speaking, you would be doing 2 chains in order to add height to your stitch to do your double crochet. Now for us, we will not be doing the 2 chains. We will be doing 2 single crochet on top of each other. This basically replaces the turning chains and it will make your stitches tighter. If you usually do the turning chains, the side portion of your project will have the stitches being a little loose. By doing the 2 single crochet on top of each other, it eliminates that effect. And so to do the single crochet, what I'll do is immediately, once I've turned my project, I'll insert my hook in this first stitch and do a single crochet. And then once I've done my single crochet, you can notice that it will create 2 strands here, 2 loops. So I'll insert my hook in the middle of the 2 loops and do another single crochet. So this here might be a little tight, so you just wiggle your hook so that it reaches the other side, and then you simply do another single crochet. Now, once this is done, what we're going to do is simply double crochet on each of the following stitch until the end of the row, and this will be the 3rd row. To do double crochet, we wrap the yarn around our hook. You insert your hook under the next stitch. You wrap the yarn around your hook to pull it back through the stitch. You have 3 loops on your hook. Wrap the yarn around your hook to pull it through the first 2 loops only. And then you will wrap the yarn around your hook to pull it through the last 2 loops. So this is your double crochet. So very easy, simply do double crochet for the entire row. So I've just completed my last double crochet of row number 3. Always make sure you have the same amount of stitches on each row so that your project is squared. Now moving on to row number 4, what we're going to do is chain 1 like this and then turn our project around because, like I said, we want to work from the right to the left. And now what we're going to do is single crochet in the same stitch we just did our turning chain here. So at the base here, the first stitch, a single crochet, and then we do a single crochet all the way for the entire row. So after completing row 4 with all the single crochet for the entire row, again, we will turn our project around and we will do the trick again where we do the 2 single crochet on top of each other to replace the 2 turning chains. So immediately after turning your project, you insert your hook under the first stitch doing a single crochet. And then you insert your hook in the middle of the 2 loops created by the single crochet. And you will do another single crochet. And now I basically will be introducing you to a new stitch here, which is the double crochet on the front post. So usually when you do a double crochet, you essentially wrap the yarn around your hook and you insert your yarn under the top of the stitch and you do your double crochet, right? So a front post double crochet, what we will do is wrapping the yarn around our hook, and we will insert our hook under this long post here. So these long posts are essentially double crochets that we did in the previous rows. And now we simply skip this first post here, which is the first stitch, because we did our 2 single crochet right here. So skipping this first stitch, we will do this second stitch as our front post double crochet. So after wrapping the yarn around your hook, you insert your hook under this post, which will bring it forward, then wrap the yarn around your hook to pull it through the post. And then you have 3 loops on your hook. Wrap the yarn around your hook to pull it through the first 2 loops only. And then wrap the yarn around your hook to pull it through the last 2 loops. So now you have completed your first double crochet on the front post only. So now for the rest of row 5, what we're going to do is alternate between a regular double crochet, meaning a double crochet as you would do normally on top of the stitch, and then a front post double crochet. So regular double crochet, front post double crochet, regular double crochet, front post double crochet, and so on. Now I just want to bring your attention. So once you do a front post double crochet, if you look on top, you will see that there is a stitch. The top of the stitch is not worked on. Just make sure you skip the stitch because we have done the stitch on the front post here. So now your normal double crochet will be this one right here. So wrapping the yarn around your hook, you're skipping this stitch here because you did the front post. You insert your hook in this stitch here to do your double crochet in the regular way. And now you're back to your front post double crochet. So this post here, we will be skipping it because it's the normal. And now wrap the yarn around your hook to do a front post double crochet. And then again, a normal double crochet on the top of the stitch. And then a front post double crochet. And then a normal double crochet on top of the stitch. And then again a front post double crochet. And then a normal double crochet on top. And now at the end of row 5 here, you will note that there is a stitch here. Remember that you will never end a row by doing a front post. So even if this last stitch that we did is a regular double crochet, we will end the row with a regular double crochet because we do not want to do a front post double crochet at the end of the row. So basically this is our row number 5. Now what we're going to do is move on to row number 6 and we will be chaining 1, and then you will turn the project around, and what we're going to do is a single crochet in this same first stitch that we did the chain 1 at the base here, a single crochet, and for the rest of the entire row we will also do single crochet. So go ahead and do all the single crochet for row number 6. Now after I've completed row 6, for row 7, what we're going to do is turn the project because we will be doing another row of alternating a normal double crochet versus front post double crochet. Now when we do this, instead of doing the 2 turning chains, we will again do our 2 single crochet on top of each other. So after I've turned my project, I insert my hook under this very first stitch to do my single crochet. And then I insert my hook in this middle of the 2 loops created by the single crochet to do another single crochet. So this serves as my first double crochet of the row. Now what we're going to do here is start with a normal double crochet. So like I mentioned, this first stitch here counts as our first double crochet, and then we're going to do a second double crochet in the normal way on top of the stitch. So wrapping the yarn around your hook, inserting your hook under the top of the stitch, and then doing your double crochet. Now the next stitch, since the first one is a normal double crochet, we will do a front post double crochet. So wrap the yarn around your hook, insert your hook under this front post, and do your front post double crochet. And then after we've done our front post, we will do a normal double crochet. So this is basically the entire row, alternating between normal double crochet and then front post double crochet, normal double crochet, and then front post double crochet. So I've done my front post, so now I'm moving on to the normal double crochet, and then I'm doing my front post double crochet, and then a normal double crochet, and then a front post double crochet, and now at the last stitch of the row, again a normal double crochet. So now essentially, as you can see, it creates those types of alpine stitch, and in order to add on more alpine stitches for the desired length of your project, you will simply repeat row number 4 to 7 all over again. So row 4 to 7, as long as you want your project to be. Now, imagine you have reached the desired length of your project. What you want to do is end your project with a nice edge, like here and here. So this is your starting point with your first and second row. Now at the end, you want a similar edge so that it doesn't look silly. So to do that, it's very, very simple. All you're going to do is essentially do 2 rows of single crochet. So in my little patch here, say I want to finish my project, what I'm going to do is just chain 1, turn my project around, and I'll work single crochet on the entire row. And then I'll be adding another row of single crochet as well. So I'm working my single crochet here, and then if you do only 1 row of single crochet, it will not look as nice as doing 2 rows of single crochet to end your project. So this is my first row of single crochet completed, and I'll just show you what it looks like. So as you can see, the edges, if I do 1 row of single crochet, is very small. So what I'll do is chain 1 and then do another row of single crochet for the entire row. So as you can see, with 2 rows of single crochet here, it will match the bottom edge here. So this is basically how you would end your project. Now, once you've completed your project at the end, just do 1 last chain, and then you can cut your yarn and pull onto your yarn, and that will secure your stitch. Now basically what you want to do is simply weave in your end. You can use a yarn needle or use your crochet hook to work your yarn inside your project back and forth like this until it's perfectly hidden, or until you're satisfied and you can basically cut the extra yarn. And you can do this on both sides, just like this. So as you can see, the Alpine Stitch is actually very easy to achieve. This is just my small patch here that I used to show you guys how to do the Alpine Stitch. But if you keep adding more rows, you will see how beautiful this Alpine Stitch is. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to hit the like button and to subscribe to our channel for more content. Thank you so much for watching, and see you soon.